Hey everybody, it is Tim telling tales, and I am here with another super important person in the film industry, you guys. I have Miss Janaya Black with me. You want to hear from her? Here we go. Hey everybody, it is Tim telling tales. Before we go any further, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that you know whenever I am going live. You gotta have that notification bell up. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, everybody, I want to introduce you all to the lady of the hour. Everybody, you have seen her films, okay? You've probably seen her stage plays. You have even probably read her books, okay? So if you are familiar with God Forgives, I Don't, Surprise, Sons of a Preacher, and so many other films, then you are familiar with her work. Everybody say hello in the virtual world to Janaya Black.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. You're so important in this film world, and it would just be amiss of me not to have you here.
I don't know about all that, but thank you.
Oh, girl. You better let me give you these compliments.
I'll pay you later. I'll cut that check, Thank you.
Well, we always start off with a game of preferences here on the show. So it's nothing new here. We're going to go ahead and run down this nice little list here. You just tell me which one you prefer, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to keep it easy for you.
Okay. Go easy on me.
I'm going to go easy on you. Okay. West side or east side?
West side, I guess.
Okay. No, I guess. Just a solid west side.
So west side, yeah.
Okay. L. George's or Nikki D's?
L. George's.
Shane Park or the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater?
Shane Park.
An iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Call or text?
Oh, text.
Driver or passenger?
Passenger.
Laptop or desktop computer?
Both.
See, she gonna be one of them. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to pick one.
Yes.
Desktop.
Desktop. Okay. Bernie Mac or Steve Harvey?
Bernie Mac.
Miami or LA?
Miami.
Mexico or Jamaica?
Mexico.
A sunrise or a sunset?
Sunrise.
BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Okay. Stephanie Mills or Shaka Khan?
Stephanie Mills.
Joe to see or Boyz II Men?
Boyz II Men.
Biggie or Pac?
Ooh.
I know.
Pac.
Okay. All right. Matlock or Perry Mason?
Matlock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perry Mason too, but okay. Directing a stage play or a film?
Ooh. I'll have to say film.
Yeah. Okay. Baptist or Kojic?
Baptist.
A praise team or a choir?
A choir.
Come on, choir.
Come on, choir.
You got to say it right. It's choir, right? Wheat bread or white bread?
Wheat.
Frosted Flakes or Captain Crunch?
Frosted Flakes.
Sweet tea or lemonade?
Lemonade.
Tubi or Netflix?
Tubi.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Tim telling tales or any other platform?
Tim telling tales. What?
Yes. Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
So we have learned a little bit about you thus far. We have played our preferences game, but now I think it's time for us to learn just a little bit more about you and your history and the arts.
Okay.
Because what I'm learning is that so many of you have dabbled in a lot of different areas and arenas. So why don't you tell us about when you started in the arts and what that was?
Gosh, I got started officially in the arts probably, I would say, in, oh my gosh. So, okay. So, yeah, it's all over the place. So, growing up, writing was like my truest form of self-expression, like, because it was just, coming up, like my parents were divorced. So, like, I developed like these defense mechanisms, of like what to say around who or who not to say. So, writing was like my purest form of expressing myself. And my mom, she would always sign me up for stuff like, oh, you about to be in a church program, you about to do this, but I need you to write a speech for this. So that's how I got my practice with that. But then I thought I wanted to be a singer. So when I was like 18, I got into this girl group, and that didn't really pan out the way that I wanted it to. So then,
Come on, girl.
fast forward, my husband and I got married when I was 18, and he was in the movie 8 Mile. So he got bit by the acting bug, and at the same time, I was writing my first book, The Breaking Point. So I would give him chapters to read as I was writing it, and he was like, "Man, we need to turn this into a movie," but we had no idea, where to start with that. So we just got out and started networking with people. We came across people who were veterans in the TV world, commercials and stuff like that. And they kind of took us under their wing and showed us the ropes, and that's how we got into doing film, and we've been doing it ever since. So since like 2004, I think, is when we started.
Wow. Y'all got married at 18?
I was 18, he was 20.
Come on, Rocky.
Yes,
Rocky
Mr. Black was spitting that gas.
Tree. Okay, then. Came and got her right on up. I love it.
Yeah.
But let's go on back because you said you was in a girl group.
No, we was just gonna gloss over that.
No,
we just gonna gloss over that.
No, we wasn't gonna gloss. I am here for all of the musical tales.
Well, there's not a
So how many of y'all was it?
It was 4 of us starting out, and then it ended up being just 2 of us.
Wait a minute.
My good friend Latanya Archer. We were a group called Touche.
Come on, Touche. That's why I got down to 2, because of 2. Okay.
Touche, yes. Yeah. And it was fun. It was just, as we started on the path of trying to get serious, it was just too grimy for me. I didn't like it.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
So, usually with the girl groups, they do covers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What kind of songs did y'all cover back then?
We didn't really do covers. Like, we were going to the studio recording our own stuff. So we just, that's just not, something we practiced because we were always busy, writing and trying to record our own stuff.
Oh my goodness. Do you still have any of it?
No.
I think you do, and you just don't want to tell me.
I don't, because that was back, look, I'm about to give away my age. That was back during cassettes. So, I don't have any of that stuff anymore. So, yes, thank God.
Okay. If you say so, I think you probably do got a little cassette somewhere, but it's cool.
No, I actually don't. I wish I did, though, because I liked our songs. It's just I don't have access to it anymore. The guy that we recorded with, his studio was robbed, and somebody stole all of his equipment and stuff. So yeah, I just don't have access to it.
You was a soprano or alto?
Alto.
Oh, okay then. All right, girl. Okay, so I know I bounce back to that because I just always be curious about that music. So now we done got married. We done decided that we're gonna go and we're gonna make films.
Yes.
And so your first film was
the first thing we shot was a trailer to The Breaking Point, which was my first book, because that was going to be our first movie. We were trying to get our budget together and get investors and stuff, and so that just never panned out, so it kind of got pushed to the side. So our first actual completed feature film ended up being a movie called Till Death Do Us Part, and that came out in 2008 or 2009, I believe.
Okay. Oh, now let me tell you which film I'm recently discovering was you guys, and that is I Am My Sister's
Oh yeah,
Keeper.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I love that movie. I love the stage play.
Yeah, Shantae Deline. Yep, she did it as a stage film, and then she wanted to make it into a movie. Yeah,
because I thought that was so unique and different. It was the first time I had ever seen something like that before, and they executed it so well.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, stage. Oh, okay, movie. Oh, okay, I like this. Yeah, that was one of my faves. I was like, I didn't know that was Janaya.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and the reason why I did it is because I love the stage play so much, and she approached me and Rocky about helping her out with the film. It's like, of course, like
Yeah, I loved that. Safe. I love the movie too. It was really good.
Thank
For
you. I'm glad you
sure.
enjoyed it.
I did. I have thoroughly enjoyed um all of your films
Thank
that
you.
I've seen. I think that I spoke recently to somebody and I was like, I'm thinking right now one of my faves is Son of a Preacher.
Thank you. I love that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
I love
I
that movie.
definitely love that movie. So that's on the top of my list.
Okay.
Yes, it definitely is. Okay, but I do this thing right where I just kind of like bounce around as things come into my head. And I know that we talked about how some of the films were first books, and you started off writing books, and that you shot the trailer.
Mhm.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about the book?
Okay, well, the books, there's I did a trilogy series called The Prison Chronicles, and the first book in that, well, the order is The Breaking Point, As Told by the Other Woman, and Beautiful Rage, The Break of Dawn. And they're all just they're about three different women who are in the same prison, and the thing that ties them together is the reporter that's interviewing each one of them. So they're being given an opportunity to tell their story and what landed them in prison. And it just, was kind of like a bird's eye view for the reader to see what might drive a person over the edge to commit crimes that land them in prison.
Mm, that sounds so
Yeah, they're a little crazy. So the breaking point is about a
good.
woman who's in prison for killing her husband. And it's not, the typical he was beating me up or not like that. This was actually a man who was there for her. Like, she came up through the foster care system and just had a really hard life, and he was always there for her. They were childhood sweethearts, and then just one thing happened that pushed her over the edge and she just snapped. And then,
Mm.
as told by the other woman, is about a young girl who gets involved with a man who's married, and she ends up killing his wife. And Beautiful Rage is about a girl who her sister is kidnapped, raped, and murdered by a man with money, a white man with money, and he ends up getting off because
Mm.
of those reasons. So she takes the law into her own hands.
Well, I'll be reading.
Yes,
Yes, I'll be
it's definitely
reading for sure, and you all should too. Y'all
yes.
make sure that y'all picking up these books because y'all know that's what we do over here on Town Telling Tales. We read books. I know y'all used to seeing all of the producers and directors and stuff, but y'all make sure y'all picking up these books too. Okay. So thank you for sharing that. I'm thinking that first part of the year, I'm probably gonna pull the book club in on this one because this sounds really good. And the series is kind of small, right? The
Yeah,
books are
it's a very. I think there are no more than 150 pages, all three of them,
okay.
and then Turn of the Cheek, which is a movie. That was my fourth book, and we're in pre-production right now for Beautiful Rage. So we're supposed to be shooting that in March.
I don't even know. I don't know what month I have book club, but hopefully it's like February. Or no, because no, if I go later on in the year, I can make sure they all done ready in time for the movie to drop.
There you go.
There we go. As a matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make that. It's gonna be our book club read for one of
Okay,
the
book
months next
club.
year. Because girl, I see you reading in social network, child. We be reading us some books, and then our online group. It's like 2,400 people over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes, that would
So
be amazing. Because I mean,
we about to
it's
pull up.
refreshing to hear that people still enjoy books, because it's like in the world of social media, instant gratification, it's like, and
Yeah.
then seeing some of these kids text and stuff, it's like y'all ain't reading nothing.
No.
Like, y'all need to learn the structure of sentences and how
It
these
definitely
words are
shows,
spelled and
and
stuff
not
like
just the kids, their mamas and their
that.
daddies too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's very refreshing to know that there's still book clubs and that there are people who enjoy the pastime of reading still.
Definitely so. They spend their money, they travel. Child, I was just at a book club conference in Atlanta this summer. What
Yeah,
was that
I
summer?
do
Yeah.
miss that. I miss it a lot, because
It's
the
so
last
much
one I went to
fun.
was with Beverly Jenkins, and I swear that was the most fun I've had.
Listen, was it the you spend the night?
Yes, it
Oh
was at the
yeah.
hotel, and like she
Okay.
had me come out, and I'm telling you, them authors know how to party.
Listen,
They was off the hook. It was
them
so
and
much
them
fun though.
readers be yeah. hmm Yeah, I'll tell you some
Yes.
stories,
Offline,
offline.
right? Okay.
So let's see. We have talked about the books, we have talked about the films, and I'm super excited to hear that we're going to be getting us a new film that's book to film. But do we have any other projects that's in the working right now?
Yes, we do. We actually have so Beautiful Rage is slated for March, and then we have Swallow the Kiss of Death in April. And my husband, his goal is to do a film every month in 2024. So we're gonna see how that works out. But
Okay.
it's just
You said that like my husband.
yes, he is very aggressive with these films. So we're gonna see how that works out. But me, for me, it's a little bit different because I'm involved from A to Z because I actually, do the pre-production, and then if it's something I'm directing or then I'm also editing. So I have to space my stuff out a little more.
Oh yeah.
Him on the producer end, he can partner up with people and just knock them out. Whereas,
Okay. So how is that working with your husband?
Girl, no, I love working with my husband. There's nobody that I would rather do it with. Like, we push each other. Iron sharpens iron. I'm not gonna say it don't get intense sometimes because it's like we had to figure out how to draw that line. Leave work at work and we'll at home just be husband and wife. It carries over a lot because we're both like we recently both left our jobs to do this full time. So it was me first, and so I worked from home for years, so I'm used to having a house to myself during the day. And then when he decided, to do it full time, he left his job, I believe, in June, and he was home all day. It's like we gonna have to figure this out. Like, we gonna have to go to the office. We gonna something gotta happen. No, but it's like we work really well together. We he's the business mind of us, and I'm the creative edge. So we do bump heads a lot because being a creative doesn't always jive with the business end of things. So sometimes that's where we might get a little heated with each other and stuff, because he'll be looking at stuff like, this movie's 3 hours long, we got to cut something. I'm like, we can't cut anything. I love all of it. It's important. So that kind of stuff.
Now you got a series.
Exactly. But no, but we work well together, and we found our balance. But I love it. I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
Oh,
that's my boo.
That's so cute. Aw, well. Now, I was at a premiere. I was at the premiere for Surprise 2.
Okay.
And they made sure we knew that you do not like to do sequels.
Oh gosh, no. No, I do not like sequels. I don't. It's not that I don't like them. I need them to make sense. Because like I don't know if you're part of any of the Tubi groups like on Facebook and stuff. They think everything needs a part 2. And it's like, no, it's like, it's okay to leave people want more. It's okay to let the viewer come to their own conclusions sometimes. And it's okay to let characters just die sometimes. And like with the Gambles, what was so interesting to me about that story was that it was an over the top look at how the lack of communication can ruin a relationship. So at the end, it was like, that was perfect for me. Like, leave it there. Let the viewer decide what happened to him. And if Greg really died. So I was cool with it. So, and originally the surprise concept was supposed to keep going. It was just going to be something totally different each installment. But then, the Tubi crew was like, oh, we need a part 2. Did he die? Is Greg dead? Did he kill him? And so, my partners, Rocky and Paris, is like, oh, we doing a part 2. I was like, okay, y'all have fun with that. Like, I'm all done with the Gambles. I have nothing else to say to them.
Not the Gambles are done. Well, you guys, you have probably seen Surprise. It's a Tubi original. If you have not seen it, I don't know why. Make sure that you go ahead and y'all check that out, because there is Surprise and then there is Surprise 2 as well. So you guys make sure that you are checking it out so you know who we're talking about here. Okay. I personally enjoy both 1 and 2, and I got a feeling in my spirit there's going to be a 3. Okay. So y'all might as well just go ahead and get 1 and 2 under your belt.
Yes.
So that when 3 drop, y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know what's happening, right? Okay. So I'm just saying, I enjoyed. I'm
glad you enjoyed it. And then, Kamal did Street Code Broken part 2. I did part 1. Kamal did. He wrote both of them actually, but I directed 1, and he directed part 2. But I think he did an amazing job with two because like we both when Rocky was like, well, I want a part two. Kamal was here like, and then they started talking about it. He's like, okay, okay. And then when he wrote, it was just like, wow, this is great, you know. So,
Okay.
but I still was like, okay, I'm not interested in directing it because I don't want to do any more hood films. I just want everything in my catalog to be kind of different from stuff I've done before. But I think that was an awesome follow up.
Okay. And it's interesting that you said that no more hood films. Because something that I have noticed is that there's this evolution with the independent films, especially out of Detroit. And I'm probably partial to the ones out of Detroit because, you know, I love my city. You know, I think they got the best ones. But I have definitely noticed how they have evolved over time. The storylines are just way more developed. You have a diverse list of characters now. Everybody not doing the same things. And there was one movie I was watching recently, and I think he, even though he was like, I think he had been in jail or something, he was opening up a warehouse, like a clothing warehouse.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
out of
was,
pocket.
yes, 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 yes. And I'm like, that is so different, you know?
Yeah.
And so it just really made me proud to see what's happening. And I know that a lot of people have the writing groups now where they have people that are coming in, they submitting their stuff, and yeah,
I'm so
I'm
glad
super
you
proud.
said that though, because I think that the evolution needs to happen because we're so
Yeah.
much more than drug dealers, pimps, and hoes and stuff like that. It's just like,
Hmm.
you know, there's definitely a niche for that, people that love those
Hmm.
type of stories, but it's
Absolutely.
like there's also other stuff we can do. So
Yeah.
I do love the fact that people are starting to open up their horizons and do different things.
And I think it's more reflective of real life because we all have that uncle that used to get money back in the day and now he don't. You
Yeah.
know, he do regular stuff. He drive a truck and his wife is a nurse and they just doing regular stuff. And so that's realistic, you know, and then you got the other cousin that's a realtor and
I think what
live
happens
out in
is
the
that people
suburbs
go
and
after what they feel is gonna make money.
mm,
So
yeah.
it's like when you do film, you're either doing film because you love it, you love the artistic factor, or you're doing it because you feel like it's gonna make you money.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's an understanding that it needs to be a good mixture of both. But if somebody's just doing it for the money, it shows
Mm-hmm.
because they're not interested in growing in the craft or, you know, telling better stories or their production stepping up every time they do a project. They just, you know, more so less quantity over quality.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You can who you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. But I'm super happy to say that many of the films that I am watching now, and especially from you guys, just it never gets that feeling.
Thank you. I appreciate
Never
that.
gets that feeling from old to new. Like
Well,
it's
thank you.
just continuously gotten better, and you can tell how there's this reinvestment into the production of it because y'all care.
Yeah, and it's definitely a process because everybody has to start somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's like your first movie and your second movie shouldn't look
They
anything
shouldn't
alike.
look the same. You should always be growing and doing better. And that's something I can always appreciate when I'm watching something. If I do watch something older and I notice certain things like, oh, I can see the mic at the top of the screen and all that kind of stuff. But I know fast forward to their very next film and
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't happen. I have an appreciation for stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? So yeah. Oh, I love it so. I do.
Yeah. It's a. But
Okay, so now I want to talk about some more of these movies.
okay,
Okay,
let's do it.
so we talked about Surprise. Now we'll be having the cast of God Forgives I Don't here on next
Really?
week.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Yay!
and whew, that movie wasn't.
It was. It was. But I think that it was a really important story to tell because it
Mm-hmm.
is definitely something that happens a lot and people sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
So Tanja, the shoe lady Ayers, it was her
Mm-hmm.
idea and she brought it to us and I was like, yes, I would love to do this movie. So I wrote the script and we did it and it came out better than I ever could have hoped
Man,
for.
and you stay with a Tubi original. That
You know
was a
what? I'm
generational,
surprised. We
right?
were surprised that they were interested because it's a faith-based film.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that was a huge blessing. It was a huge blessing, but it was funny because like people were, a lot of the 2B groups and stuff, they were so like, how are you having kids and stuff like this and blah blah blah, which I wanted to assure everybody that baby's safety was our topmost concern. Like before we even started production, when we were casting, when we decided to put DJ Birch in it, which is the young man that played PJ in the movie, we had a lengthy discussion with his mom, so she knew what to expect and made sure she was totally cool with everything. He never saw anything.
Oh, okay.
He never saw anything. So like, the part where everything goes down, like he at action, he's standing facing the door. As soon as that door opens, he just runs out. And
Yeah,
his
the
mom
power of
was in
editing.
there. Yeah. His mom was in that room the whole time. Like his parents never left him alone. Not even for a second on that set. And I love them for that because kids get preyed upon in this business. So like parents, watch your kids. If you want them to be in the entertainment industry, you have to keep an eye on them. But and I love them for that. Like he was never alone. So it's like everything came together so well. We had lots of rehearsals so everybody could see what was going to happen. So when we get on set, we're not wasting time redoing takes and stuff. But I mean, everybody on that cast, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into those performances.
Yeah, that film was so good. I was like, oh, this is and it was because it was faith based. I can see where people may have felt the way because of the content, but it's important for people
Yeah.
to see and recognize that it's happening
Yeah.
and to
And
not shy away from it.
a lot of people have come forward and shared testimonies about how it gave them the strength to talk about it and get closure for
Mm.
things that may have happened to them in their past. So it's just really been an eye-opening experience doing that movie.
Mm-hmm. I recall going to a premiere of the movie some time ago, and the premise of that movie was similar to God Forgives I Don't. And I remember thinking, and I said this out loud at the end of the movie, I was like, that was just so unrealistic because ain't no mama gonna actually had a child come and tell them something is happening and not do anything. And Janaya, the way that it felt like a movie scene that all of these women surrounded me in the theater and started telling their story.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
I was in tears because I couldn't fathom it personally, but to witness that it was so many other people's story. And this was another independent film and everything. And sometimes people think it's got to be some big Hollywood hit in order for it to matter to somebody, but it really doesn't.
Yeah.
And like it was just eye opening for me.
It's crazy because that's like a generational thing. Like hurt people hurt people. You've heard that saying before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't think you would be hard pressed to find anybody who doesn't have something like that that's happened in their family.
Yeah. And now I can believe that. After seeing that film, I believe that much easier than I did prior to that. Because that wasn't my story, that wasn't my life. I just couldn't imagine it. And now just being able to have a different level of empathy for people and
Yeah.
understand them better and know like sometimes these stories are coming from very real places.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
y'all out here doing the Lord's work. That's all I got to say.
Well, I'm excited that you're talking to the cast, so that should be fun.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I ran into Rob yesterday and we were able to lock Sierra in. So I was like, yay, I can just talk to all and they seem like they're gonna be just a hoot.
Oh yeah, they're a lot of fun. When that movie came out, Sierra was getting the business, but she took it all in stride. I'm like, that means you did your job.
Exactly. If
but they was
we
giving
hate
her the
you
business.
or if we love you, that means your job was done well.
Oh yeah, because Des Cortez, when he played Corey in Dear Future Husband, we thought we was gonna need security for him at the premiere. Them women was mad at him. Do you hear me?
I'm still mad. You hear me? I'm still mad. When he okay. Girl,
He
y'all
did
gotta
his
watch that
job.
movie too.
He did his job.
He did his job. At the time, I said, wait a minute, hold on, because why are we not talking about this? This man is horrible. But I think I was late to the party watching the movie. So I'm like, oh, people were probably already mad like a long time ago, and I'm just now getting mad.
Oh yeah.
But I'm still mad.
Well,
Okay.
don't be too hard. He redeemed himself in Street Code Broken. He is a great guy. He would never, but
Yeah,
he's a very good actor. His range is incredible.
Yeah, he is super dope. I like him in everything he plays into. But that dear future husband.
Yeah, his daughter was mad at him after that. She was like,
Yeah, that was one of them roles that, you be side eyeing people like, you might have did that a little too good. You might have did that a little too good, sir.
Yeah, when he shot the scene you mad about, the glam squad on set wouldn't talk to him while they were shooting. He was like, it was just awkward. He was like, everybody's mad at me. I'm like,
yeah, he and even when he was in My Sister's Keeper, I Am My Sister's Keeper. I say that right.
Yeah.
He just, even that small little part, he was just, he's a very intense actor. Yes. I be believing that he really means.
But he can take it to comedy. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Because We're Men, the sitcom he was in, to the other extreme. He's very, very versatile.
Yeah, he is. You still might did that role look too good, sir. I'm just saying. I don't pour it. All right. So I want to talk some more about books, and I know that you mentioned that your favorite genre is suspense
thriller. Yeah, suspense thriller. Yeah.
Let me see. Mine is historic fiction.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Most people don't think that. My book club know, because I'd be like, "Oh, we got a slave this month." I usually pick all of those slaves.
Okay.
Yep, but I do. I love a slave.
I read a couple of Beverly Jenkins books, and I really enjoyed it. So that's a genre I could see myself getting into.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was talking with Sadiqa Johnson, and she did not usually do historic fiction. I think her first one was Yellow White, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I love writing historic fiction now." And so now, like, she just be writing historic fiction. I was like, okay. I think Victoria Christopher Murray was like that too. She wrote a historic fiction and absolutely loved it. And it's like they kind of have been in that realm moving forward now.
That's awesome, because it takes a certain discipline to do that, because you got to do your research and stuff like that. So I stick with fiction because I just I don't want that responsibility. Like, I just want to tell my story and keep it moving.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, over here on Tam Telling Tales, we always like to make sure that you know how appreciative we are that you came to the show to talk to us and everything. And so we are going to be gifting you a book before you go. It is a suspense thriller, and I'm going to enjoy it, my own.
I'm excited. Look, I love books. I still do.
And so here's also a thing, because you guys, you're working so intensely. I get that. So if you don't read it right away, it's okay.
Thank you. I'm actually trying to get back to reading, though. I'm trying to decrease screen time and give more time to reading. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Kindle or book?
Oh, book. Yes. I want a paperback. I want a hardcover.
Me too.
I mean, e-read is cool. It's convenient, but I like the slow book.
Yes. Yes. Put my bookmark in it.
Yes. And then what? I got that clip that you put onto your book. Yeah. And it got the little light on there. So I don't even have to have my actual light on.
Oh, so you're a professional for real.
I can just lay in bed with that one little light. When I'm ready to close my book up, I just hit that little button, flip it, gone. I ain't got to get up out the bed.
See. You're a real reader.
I ain't got to lean over and turn nothing off on the lamp. I ain't got to do none of that. See. I lay right there with my book next to me. Something else, but Yeah, that's what it is.
Don't be ashamed, girl. Don't be ashamed.
So we would definitely make sure that you have that. And before we go, I need to make sure that everybody knows where they can find you, ma'am.
Okay, well, our website is www.black-smithenterprises.com. All of our books, movies, uh, contact information are on that site. And our socials are Blacksmith Enterprises on Facebook, Instagram. We have a TikTok. It's not that interesting. I don't like TikTok. Let's be real about it. But if you're interested in getting into acting or working behind the scenes, that's where we post all of our upcoming opportunities. And I just really want to encourage actors to tag us in monologues on your Instagram because we are looking for fresh faces. And y'all, I can't say this enough. Reading is fundamental. Okay, when we post stuff, we need for people to read and follow instructions because if you can't follow instructions in the preliminaries with submissions and things like that, that tells us that you're not going to follow instructions on set, and that's going to affect your ability to get hired. So please take this stuff seriously. Do your research. When we ask for headshots, we understand that money is not always, available to invest in things like that, but you can Google anything for free. Do the research, see what a headshot looks like. You can set that up with your iPhone. Get your stand and set you up a headshot. We don't want bathroom selfie booty shots. That's not what we're looking for. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It's bad. And it's like we can be forgiving for a lot of things, but it's like if it's your second or third time submit with us, we shouldn't see that anymore. It's like take it seriously. Acting is a grind. It's not just something that you do as a hobby. It's a lot of work. And if you're serious about it, you have to approach us like you would a Tyler Perry, or if you were going to LA with something. We're forgiving with a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a professional headshot that you paid $1,000 for. But again, like I said, you can go Google what a headshot is supposed to look like, and you can duplicate that instead of, standing in your bathroom mirror sending selfies, or, you got your butt tooted out and stuff like that. It's a profession, so take it seriously.
I agree with you. Oh, that's a whole nother topic I almost want to go back into before we leave.
Hey, I'm on IA.
Yeah, they
Yes.
sending booty shots.
Girl. It's ungood.
Not ungood.
It's bad. It's just like, okay, and I'm not a dream crusher person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ever gonna call anybody out or put them on blast or whatever. But like, I'll do gentle reminders on our site, like, hey, this is what we're looking for. This is what we don't want. And people still do it anyway. And like, if somebody is selected to go further in the audition process, we'll say, because we do family friendly and faith-based films. So we ask for monologues with no profanity. We'll get people sending us training day, just the most filth, all over, just every other word. It's like it specifically said in the request, no profanity, please. So it's like, y'all have to take the time to read. It's like that disqualifies you right there. Your audition might have been great, but because you didn't follow instructions, you just cheated yourself out of an opportunity because you did not follow instructions.
Yeah. Reading, everyone, is fundamental. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, learn the business that you want to be in.
I think that a lot of that whole put me in a movie type stuff in those Tubi groups really have people thinking that it's okay to approach this as if it is not a profession. And it really is unfortunate. I actually kind of go out of my way to remember not to say Tubi movies, Tubi actors, Tubi, because it's unfortunate that people put a certain kind of connotation on what's on that streaming service. And so I don't ever want for people that I know who work really hard at their craft to just, feel like it shouldn't be respected. because of where it's streaming
That's true
at.
facts. But the thing about it is that I want people to realize is that Tubi is a platform that has A-list movies all the way
Yes.
down to independent movies. And that's not to say that indie movies are less than. It's just that they have more relaxed standards right now, which they are getting ready to tighten up
Mm-hmm.
to where it's giving people like us an opportunity to make a living.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative. So if you call my movie, you can call my movie whatever you want to. Just put it on last stream. Like, as long as you're watching it, I don't care what you call it. But you know, it does kind of make me laugh when you know, people get offended where, you know, they get called a, you know, a Tubi movie. Okay.
Well, see, and I think that if it depends on the circumstance, you know, like sometimes people are really saying it to be, you know, malicious
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that. And you can kind of, if you read the room, you know what people's, you know, intent is behind saying certain stuff. But just going back to what you said about the unprofessionalism of people, how they submit their stuff, and it's because sometimes you do have these conversations in those groups that is making people believe that it's okay not to have the same type of regard for the actors and for the films as they do others.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And I don't be liking that.
Yeah, well, you
I be
know,
getting
but
I do be getting
I'm very
offended.
appreciative for that Tubi group because it helps us grow as filmmakers. Because it's like if you dog me out for something in my film, I guarantee you it's not gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, I don't want to get talked about for this again. Which you gotta have thick skin in this business anyway. Everybody's not gonna like everything, even if you do a perfect executed film, somebody's still gonna dog it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. But it's like the fact that they point out when the acting's bad or the wardrobe's not on point or the continuity is just blatantly wrong. You know, it's like it should make whoever's at the center of that focus want to be better next time around. That shouldn't happen again.
And that's a healthy critique.
Yeah.
And I'm with that. I'm a book reviewer and movie reviewer myself. So of course, you know, I stand for all of that because your goal is for people to recognize what needs to be better and how
Yes.
people are, you know, receiving the work. But you know, if you get a little malicious with it, then you know that's not okay.
Yeah,
And
no.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold you up, Janaya. I'll be getting offended on y'all behalf. I'll be ready to go off of the people. Let me log off because
No,
I don't
I
even
feel
know
you.
these people. I'm
Some
ready
people
to
are
go
just,
off.
you know, career haters in there, but you know, hey, it is what it is. You won't ever catch us in there arguing with people about nothing. It's like if you hated it, we appreciate you for watching it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm learning to be that way now too. I'll be getting a little piece of
No,
hate
but
sometimes.
I get you though, because some of the stuff you're like, nah, you just really don't have nothing better to do.
You're not even talking about the movie. You just what you talking about? You just I date your boyfriend back in the day or something. What happened here? Why are you? Yeah,
Right.
but I be getting offended for y'all. So I be feeling like everybody is my cousin and them. So
no, we appreciate it though. Shoot, like, but you can talk about all you want to. Just let it stream.
Right.
You ain't even got to watch it. Just let it.
Listen, put it on mute and just go ahead. Put it on.
Please and thank you.
Okay, I love it. Well, listen, I thought we was gonna end right then, and we didn't because the conversation just kept on going. You know, this is kind of how it happens over here. You know what I mean? But I think we might be able to get to our end now.
Okay.
We might. Okay. So you told everybody where they can find you. Tell them one more time because you know we was talking.
Okay, www.black-smithenterprises.com and on Facebook and Instagram, Blacksmith Enterprises.
Okay. And then since we're talking about where to find people, you guys can find me at Town Telling Tales on all social media platforms. Be sure to follow me on all of them. Like the content, y'all. If y'all want to go ahead and put a little something in the comment section so that I know that you was there and seen it, that would be great too. Thank y'all so much. Now, Janelle, before we go, I always have my sign off that I do. So I say, I'm Tam, I'm telling tales, read a book. And I want you to help me with that, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the first part. I'm gonna say, I'm Tam, I'm telling tales, and then you're gonna come right in to the camera. We're gonna say, read a book.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. I'm Tam, I'm telling tales.
Read a book. Read a book.
Read them instructions. How about that?
Read it and read it good.